Hi there, my name is Teri Smith. I'm the owner of Adorable Deco Decor, where we make and sell wreaths and other types of home decor. And I also work toward teaching others to make their own designs through my wreath making group. And today I'm going to be down here in the workshop, and we're going to be making a fall grapevine wreath with a scarecrow, as you can see. I hope everybody's doing well. And I'm going to be working on a fall grapevine wreath today. And I already went ahead. This is actually the inspiration for this design. It's this little cute little scarecrow. I did go ahead and attach him just so I could kind of plan out what I wanted to do. And this actually is a Hobby Lobby scarecrow. And I like him because, of course, he has the fall colors, but he also has the denim. And I always like denim and, you know, the plaid with fall design. So anyway, I, as I always say, you know, take one piece and then build out from that when you're choosing all your design elements. And that's what I did. So, I had him, and, you know, probably I'm not the only one, but we're really kind of hurting for supplies right now. I'm still going through my old stash. A lot of my new things have not come in. So I've had to kind of use my imagination on how to work designs. But this is actually, I've got two of these stems that actually I think these are the last ones I have, but I'm planning on kind of wrapping those around the grapevine. This is a 14-inch grapevine, but you'll see how we're going to make it into a much larger design. And I'll work you through that. But we got these, and of course I pulled the colors off of him. You know, it has all the normal fall colors, including even the green and the berries that is in his little patch here on his knee. And I just have some random greenery. I don't know what all we'll use. I know for sure we'll use this, which this is actually a summer and spring greenery. However, it has just a little bit of an olive cast. I don't know if you can appreciate that on the camera, but it has a little olive or brownish cast to it, and it works real well, I think, for fall designs because, you know, everything in fall doesn't all of a sudden turn brown. We have some green going on still and that. So anyway, I know for sure I'm going to use that, and then we'll probably add some other ones too. And then I'm going to throw in some sunflowers just to kind of brighten up all this darkness going on. And of course he has some sunflowers here on his face. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me zoom in here just a little bit here for you. But he has some sunflowers here on his face. And then I always like to dress up my store-bought items anyway, and we'll play with some sunflowers on him as well. So. And I did go ahead and I already made the bow also. And I found this ribbon that I had in my stash. I wish I would have bought more of this. I do have just a few small rolls of it, but this is a beautiful, you know, blue has really been popular here lately, especially when we put it with the orange of the fall colors. I think it just really blends perfectly. It really makes all the colors pop. But he has this same blue in his shirt. This is a little bit darker of a denim, or darker of a blue, I mean. But if you look at his shirt, it's the exact same color as this kind of it's almost a teal here. And of course it has some gold that'll pull off some colors from his hat and his cheeks. I did throw in a yellow. I've got two 1.5-inch ribbons, and then this 2.5. And then I also wanted to throw in a burlap, just because of the, you know, he's kind of rustic, and we have the lighter kind of burlappy color of the straw of his hat, and then also in his face. So, and also a brown. He has a little bit of brown here, so I wanted to bring in a brown, with the brown in his shoes and in his plaid. But that's how I work out my design and pick the items for my design. So, okay. All right. Hey, Sally. Hey, Lourdes. How are you? There's Cindy. Thank you guys all for being here. As I said, I'm sorry I'm late. I just had some Facebook logging in issues. So you just about the time you lose or put your guard down and think it's going to work, then it happens again. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of greenery in here first, and I may even go ahead and place these stems, because my thing is I'm kind of limited on space here, and you know, sometimes when you get your bow on there first, you get kind of glued down or kind of set where you're kind of run out of room. And so I'm going to go ahead and place some greenery first, and we'll start out with this boxwood. And so let me get a few of these clipped off. So, hey Linda, how are you? Hey Josephina, Bonnie, another Bonnie, and Gracie. I like that name, Gracie. My newest grandbaby that was just born, his mom, her middle name is Grace, and they were going to put Grace in the name if it was going to be a girl. We didn't know if it was going to be a girl or a boy, but ended up having a boy, so there's no Grace in the name, but I like that name. All right, so what's everybody doing today? Anybody else like me and been rained out all week long? Rained out, not just rained out, but stormed out. Had a lot of storms. So, hey Barb, how are you? Okay, all right, let me get my bow again. And you're probably looking at this bow thinking it's kind of wonky looking, because some of the bow loops are somewhat larger than the others, but I did that on purpose because I want some tails, but I didn't know exactly where I was going to put them, so I just left them like this, and I'll show you what we'll do with that here in a minute. Okay, oh, I started to grab that bow because I wanted to kind of place it. Like I said, don't look at it. It looks kind of funny right now, but we'll get there. All right, I want to bring my stem here and kind of... And now I want to make sure that I don't put this, I want... The best way I can explain balance in a wreath is like, if you can imagine, if you are standing on a boat and somebody's standing on one side and somebody new comes on the boat and they go back over to the same place where that guy's standing, the boat's going to be off balance, right? Well, the same thing as you're designing. You need to think along that way. You need to kind of space things so that it's balanced. And I already have the Scarecrow over here, so I wouldn't want to bring my bow down here because that could throw him off balance, okay? So I'm going to put it up here diagonally, and so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. We'll kind of eyeball that spot right there is going to be our transition point, okay? All right, and I'm going to divide out some of my greens because some of them are longer and some of them are shorter. I want to get the shorter ones separated. I want the long ones first. Now I just have two of those. The rest of them are short, or the short ones. So, oh hey Glenda, how are you? Been away for a few days. Missed everybody. We'll have to get some catching up done, Glenda. All right. So if my transition point is going to be like, it's right here where this little curly Q is. So I'm going to start working outward from there, and see already how we've already extended the perimeter of this wreath already, okay? We don't have to necessarily go out that far. We could bring them down in here just a little bit, but just see how you place your greenery can really change the look of your wreath. All right. Feel like I'm finally starting to settle down a little bit. Like I said, I was a little rattled getting on here because Facebook wasn't letting me come on. Change your password. Do you need permission? Yada, yada, yada. It's like, not right now, Facebook, because I was already running kind of close on time. So, hey, Kat, how are you? Hey, Valerie. There's Phyllis. All right, I'm just going to place these in here one at a time to start with. I don't know how many of these we're going to add. I'm going to bring one of those back there. Let me zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, guys, for you, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm not making people seasick there. Okay. All right, and notice every time I bring one there, I'm going to bring one down at the bottom. All right, so let's bring it over here. And make sure that I get in there good with that greenery. So let's go ahead and we'll bring another one down here. Right, and I don't think I want any more up here yet. I'll probably come in later. Well, I don't know. I might come in later and bring another one. I'm going to save one of these back for that purpose. We'll do this one right here. But I want to make sure that there's something that's going to kind of wrap around back there, just to kind of give him a little bit of a frame. So how's everybody doing? I got some good plans going on this weekend. I think around here we're just going to try and get caught up. I'll tell you what, we've been busy. busy. Okay, now the next thing I want to do, I want to take this stem and place it. I don't think I'm going to just place it just one piece. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it in half. Let me find a good breaking point here for it. I think I'm going to put it right about here. And I may not leave all of the items on there. I might substitute my own pumpkins and such, but we'll see how it looks first here. Oh, hey Debbie, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing good. I was a little frazzled when I first got on here because Facebook wouldn't let me on, but I'm starting to settle down. Here. Yeah, it seems like they always pick Fridays for that. Like I said before, I should start to anticipate that, but it'll go a ways and work just fine, and then all of a sudden it starts giving you fits again. And I understand why they have to do all that, but it makes it kind of hard sometimes. I'm just fluffing this stem out. You want to make sure that you make this look like it's not been sitting on a counter or in a bin like mine has, all flattened out. You want to make sure it has a little bit of life to it. Okay, all right. Let me take this and kind of bend this around. I'm just going to kind of wedge it right in here. And again, I want to make sure I don't want to hide him. Let me find my bow. I don't know if I'm going to have room for that other piece to it. Let me bend it down just a little bit more. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and slide this in because I see where a good place to insert it would be. And then I'm just going to take my hot glue and I'll go ahead and glue that in there. Let's see, let's do this. Well, I don't know, actually that pine cone's coming out, so that's why that was so loose. So we'll put him in there separately. I was getting ready to say, I think I'm going to put him in separately, but it made it its decision for us. Just try not to get him too much covered up here. There we go. I think that'll look good. All right, and let me see what we're going to do with this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put this other piece here now. I might come back later and maybe use it in the bow. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let me see. I think I'm going to put this, well, no I'm not. I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and cut this other stem just like I did that one. I'll just place it down. I think I'm going to have 2 pieces on the bottom though. So the bottom's a little bit bigger area to cover. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. Hey, Betty. Yeah, he's a Hobby Lobby guy. Hobby Lobby they have a lot of really cute scarecrows. I noticed they've got a lot of buffalo check and that this year. I haven't taken the plunge and bought anything yet. I hate to buy it, but when it's not on sale. I'm hoping it's pretty soon because I'm needing stuff badly. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to place some glue in both of these. And they're in there pretty snug. I usually will put a zip tie over this to secure it. I don't think we're going to have to. It's in there pretty tight. All right, and I'm going to take some moss and cover up my glue. Hey, Amy, how are you? Oh, Amy says this is his favorite, or her favorite. Yeah, I like him too. I buy a few of them every year. I've also got some really cute scarecrows I got on Etsy. I haven't gotten around to using them just yet. I was kind of saving them for a project in my group, but I'll share them with you guys once we get that tutorial done. I always like to try to hold off and surprise them with the tutorial. Sometimes it's hard though. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll bring that down here on around. Get the tag off of it. So is anybody else getting drowned out with rain? I know I've got some Ohio people and some Indiana people, but, well, and actually I think I've got a St. Louis person here right now. But anyway, we all share the same weather, so I know you guys are feeling it. All right, I'm trying to kind of curve this around so that it'll naturally follow. Man, this thing's falling. I must have cut that in the wrong spot. Everything's kind of falling out below it. So we'll have to glue that in separately, but that's okay. We got the bulk of it. All right, let me stick this up in here. The main thing is the pumpkin and those berries, so we're good. Bring that down here. His leg, I'm going to be putting something underneath him. I want him to look like he's got his leg cocked up there on that grapevine, like he's sitting on a bale of hay or something. That would have been cute. I just didn't even think about that until I just said that out loud. Maybe put him on one of those little fake or straw bales, I mean. Wouldn't that be cute? All right, I'm just putting my glue on there, cover up my glue spot, or my moss, I mean, cover up my glue. Okay, all right, I think I'm good there now. We'll put in the rest. Like I said, all these other things, I cut it the wrong spot. All these other things kind of fell off. So we'll put those in at a later point. I do want to go ahead now, since I've got my the bulk of my big things on there, I want to go ahead and place the bow. And as I said, I have some of these bow loops a lot larger than the others so that I could make some tails. Let me see what I've got going where here. That's that way. And I wanted the 2 loops of the orange or the plaid to be going this way. because if I sit it this way, that's going to be a lot of plaid right there. I put three loops are going to be in the bow, so I want the 2 loops of that and then 2 loops of burlap going this way. I know you can't see that right now, but it'll all make sense when I get it situated here. All right, I'm just threading that pipe cleaner through the grapevine. Get on there. Okay. Scoot it over just a bit here. Okay, right there. Tighten that down. Okay, I know it looks like a mess, right? Bear with me. We'll get it there. All right, I want 2 loops of the blue plaid up here. And the bow's a little bit floppy right now, but once I get all, some goodies placed underneath of it, it will be secure. All right, there's my 2 loops of the burlap. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut my tails. And this is the longer loop, so I'm just going to cut that off. I could have just put the loops in, or the tails in later, but I wanted to, I kind of like it when I can do it this way, and I just like the look of it a little bit better, where the tails come out where I want them. All right, let's see. All right, I'm actually going to make this one into 2 tails, so I'm going to cut it a little bit closer to the middle here. We'll bring one of them down here. And then I'll keep one of them up this way. All right, now let's trim down these tails, get everything looking pretty. I always like to carry up the color up over the back of the bow, over the back of the wreath, I should say, just to kind of bring the eye that way. All right, we're getting there. Let's see what I'm going to do with these inside loops here. Right now I've got them just straight up and down. I don't want that. There we go. Okay, cut this brown. I always like my tails kind of going opposite. When I just have 2 tails, I want them going opposite just to make the bow look a little bit more balanced. Stop that. Oops, almost did a backwards dovetail. Let's bring this one. It's starting to look like a bow, isn't it? Now, I remember, if you don't know, I'm a retired nurse practitioner, and I worked with a cardiac surgeon, and we had people come in with wounds and stuff like that that they needed help with, and I know I always think whenever I look at my bows, I always think about that. Sometimes we'd have to tell the patients this is going to look worse before it looks better. And you know, they look at you like, oh my gosh, I came here for you to help me, not. But there is a lot of truth to that, you know. And the same thing with the bow. It's going to look worse before it looks better. All right, I don't know if I want to put that up there maybe. I don't think I do. I would have, if I'd have thought about it earlier, I might have left a little bit longer tail. I'm gonna just hide that right there for right now, just to get it out of the way. All right. Actually, I want this going this way. Don't want that. I'm going to shorten that somewhat. I don't want to hide that gourd there. I don't think I want that over there. I think I'm just going to trim that short. And then if we decide we want a tail later, we can add it. Oops. One more. And you're probably wondering, you know, why don't you trim your tails, you know, get all this done before if you made the bow ahead. But I like to put my bow in my wreath or in my project, whatever I'm making, before I do that. That way I can kind of get a feel for the look I'm going for. Let's see, I need a little bit more of the blue over here, I think. All right, there we are. Okay. Oh, good. Nancy's got a girl scarecrow. Okay, you'll have to let us see it, Nancy. We've been talking about redoing wreaths in our, well, actually, I redid a couple of wreaths on this page pretty recently, and you know, both of them sold right away. Actually, I've got to decide what I want to do with this guy here. There. I like that better. Now let's find out, you know what, I still have the sunflowers too. I think I'm going to put the sunflowers in, well, you know what, I'm changing my mind here. I'm going to put a little bit of this greenery in first and kind of fill in some spaces. Then we're going to put the sunflowers in after that. So, hey Roxana. Oh, Debbie's looking for 2.5-inch burlap. Yeah, I've actually got some on order. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. I'll be getting it in. But all the ribbons that I ordered that came in from the same company the other day that I told you guys about, and I listed those. Those were all supposed to be in stock, but it didn't happen that way. Now I'm told there were some on back order, and there were some of the ones I really wanted. There were some of the really cute ones. So, all right. I'm just going to fill in some of these holes just here in the areas where there's you know, holes with some of the shorter grass. And let me grab my steel pick machine, because the grapevine is somewhat loose in some areas. Actually, where I have the scarecrow sitting, the grapevine's really loose. I don't know if I'm going to need this to be picked or not. Oh, I don't think so. Let's stick that in there. You should feel a little bit of resistance whenever you're putting your stem in the grapevine. And that'll tell you if you need to pick it or not. If it goes in very loosely, then you need to put a pick on it. Yeah, I had said when I've signed on, you know, supplies are really kind of scarce right now. I think that's my last roll of 2.5-inch burlap I'm using right now. And I like to use burlap during the fall. Just helps with the rustic feel of things. All right. I'm just testing that stem to see if it was going to go in there snug enough. Like I said, some of this grapevine's so loosely bound. And I'm just putting this filler in here right now because once I get my sunflowers in, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Actually, let me put this in here now. And we'll fill in some more after I get those in. Okay. All right, I think that's good now. Okay. Yeah, Debbie says everybody's getting partial. Yeah, and my problem, like I said, with my big ribbon order that I did, I ordered sets, and like one of the ribbons wouldn't have come in. And so I've got all this ribbon that I don't have matched up. So, yeah, it was kind of a problem for me. But I mean, there's not anything they can do about it. It's just, it's everywhere. It's just, it would have been nice to know, you know, ahead of time. But that's all right. We'll get through it. There's more important crises going on right now than our supply shortage, right? All right, I'm taking the leaves off of these sunflowers. And I am going to just go ahead and I'm going to place them first and see where we want them. I know I want one up here. See how that just really is going to brighten up this wreath. I wasn't going to use them, but then when I got to thinking about it, I thought that's going to be a really dark. So, all right, so I put one there, so I'm going to come over here and throw one in over here. See there. All right, and maybe one right here. I might just put one up on the top. We'll have to see. Oh, Nancy says, you'll be there to purchase. Yeah, I've got some really cute ones coming. Like I said, instead of like the whole set being not available, it was like one ribbon. So I've got a huge box sitting over here of just, what do they call that? Orphaned ribbon that needs a home. All right, am I going to be able to get that in there? Well, we'll just place that for right now. I think I want one right there by him. Trying to find some place I can just stick it, just place it. They have really thick stems on them. Get in there. There. All right, and maybe one down here. So Nancy, how many days is it now for your retirement? Nancy's going to be retiring soon. I'm sure you're not counting, right? Should be what, like 13 or something like that. Not very many. And of course these flowers won't be facing this way. This is just to kind of get an idea of placement. Might bring this one up just a little bit higher. Be over here. I like that. Now I've got to decide if I want to put another one up here though. I think so. Maybe just right there behind that bow. "12 days. 12 days. Good for you. I'm telling you, it's going to feel weird. I never will forget driving out of the parking lot after I retired and thinking, oh my, because, you know, I was always on call and all that kind of thing. And it's like, wow, I have no responsibilities to work anyway. I mean, it just was the weirdest feeling driving away. And I remember I left there and I went to Hobby Lobby and it was like, nobody's going to call me. So, all right, I like that placement. I mean, like I said, they'll be facing different ways, but I like this placement here. So let me get I'm going to have to shorten up some of these stems. Yeah, you work all your life and it's just, you're always responsible to somebody. This one was the one I had so much trouble finding a place, and I just want to make sure that I've still got a hole for him. So I'm going to stick some glue on it. We're just going to glue all these in now. I'm going to go in just a little bit further. There we go. That's going to be cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, and how far do I want this one? I don't want it just right there by this. We can drop him down a little bit. We'll bring him right there. Again, I'm looking to see if I got some place to stick it. And these flowers, you can see the flower heads are all kind of, I'm going to be opening these. They won't stay like that. We'll get these opened up a little bit better than what they look right now. But they've been on a long boat ride from China, you know. All right, finding a place for this guy. Putting that glue on there for those stems might not have been the best idea because I'm kind of limited in spaces where I can go now with my stems, but we're going to make it work. Oh, there, that went right in that time. Like this guy will be opened up. All right, so we got all these guys in. Now let's come up here. Let me see how high I need him. I want it down kind of tucked in there pretty close to the bow. And I don't know if I've mentioned it lately, but if you have a hard time, I know when I very first started making wreaths, I would get the perfect placement, and then I would take the stem out to get glue on it, and then I'd go back, I'm like, where in the heck did I have that, did I want to put that? And one of the best things anybody ever told me was, like I've got these spare stems that these are, used to be, like this was a big long twiggy thing, I put it in a wreath, and this was left over, so I just saved those. But say I'm taking this one out now and I want to remember where I put it, I just stick that stick right in there, and now I know exactly where to go back to. And I said that was a lifesaver for me. When somebody told me that, I was like, oh my gosh, it saves me so much time and grief, you know. So, but anyway, I mean, I still do it every now and then. But you know, as you grow more confident in your florals, the less you'll have to do that. Okay. Yeah, I'll still do it sometimes if I've got a place that's really tight or something like that, you know, or where I'm not going to be able to fix it very easily if I don't put it in the right place. I'm just opening this up just a little bit here. Okay. Let me bring this around. I don't want them standing just right straight up. Whoops, I don't want them to look like they're at a right angle either. Okay. All right, now let me look and see what else we need to do here. That is really going to be cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's go ahead now, and I'm going to fill in with a little bit more of that shorter grass. Just fill in some holes. I know I've got a hole right up here. Okay. Might bring part of that right behind his hat there. Okay. All right. Let's see. And I want some back here. I've got a little bit of a more bushy greenery that I might have rather used that will fill up more space. This thing right here, might have to pull some of that out just to get in there real tight, because if I put any more of that grass in there, it's going to be covering him up. So let me get a few of these off. And I didn't look at this very closely before I grabbed it. It's not something I can push up and down, so let me see how we can cut this apart. See, if it was something I could have cut, you know, pushed up and down, I could have moved this area here into a different place and give me more stem to work with, but now I'm going to have to pick it. But I think that length is going to be good, so I can stick that right in there and that'll fill that up. Actually, I might even use a smaller piece, actually. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just going to use the smaller piece. Everybody doing okay out there? Oh, Marilyn can't wait to travel again. Oh, Brenda's from Arkadelphia in Arkansas. My oldest daughter lives in Hot Springs. So that's really close. Really close to Hot Springs. But welcome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Marilyn, when do you guys get to travel again? I've kind of lost track of what your border situation is up there. Marilyn's from Canada. Trying to put a pick on this. The shorter stem here. I got the table shaking. I was having to, I had hardly anything for it to grab onto. All right, so I put that there. That filled up some, but I'm going to have to come back in here and go behind him also. And you might have think, well, why didn't you just keep it all in one piece? But I wanted it's going to look a lot more full if I separated it out like this, rather than leave one big long piece, because I would have had to curve that in there. So that's why I did that. So I probably got room for one more piece of grass right there. You guys might not be able to see that from where you're at, but I do. I'm just fixing this hole right in here. think one more piece of this grass is going to do it. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. All right. Oh, you're going to a river cruise in Budapest? Oh, wow. In April of next year. Heck, I don't even hardly know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone next year. Okay, all right, since I brought that bushier greenery up there, I think I need to bring some down here also. So I'm going to cut off another stem of that. This one I might be able to keep in one piece, but I don't know that yet. I was thinking I could just bring it right up through here. No, I think I'm gonna trim this in half too. Okay. All right. And I still have those pine cones and stuff. If I wanted to put those in, we could do that. I'm not sure. They're pretty big. Let me look here. Yeah, I think we want greenery, not that pine cone. I also have some leaves left over as well. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to pick the other part of that stem that I just cut. My pick machine is still being temperamental. Can't figure out what's wrong with it. It's been my experience. I mess with it, and then all of a sudden it just starts working. And I just messed up that pick. Come on. Okay, there we go. All right. Need to bring that right across that stem there so that the tape on that big stem that we placed, so that's not showing. I'm going to put that right through here. Oh, and that's not going to go in. Hold on. There we go. All right, now let's start filling in some of the periphery here. And I still need some more of that grass back there, because we only filled in just right there in the wreath itself. All right, I need another bush of that. Oh, you've got a travel agent friend. That's always helpful, isn't it? Yeah, we always have a trip. We always take, my husband, it's like a rewards system. He's an electrical contractor, and the supply company, that if you buy so much or have so much business, and they give you rewards, and he usually gets a trip to a Caribbean island. And we didn't get to go now. This is the second year, so I'm missing it. It always makes the winter go so much quicker. So we usually go, it's usually like the first week of March, and we didn't get to do that this year, so it's always something to look forward to. Plus we get to hang out with some really good friends of ours. All right, make sure I cover up or not cover up, but bring some of that greenery behind the bow there. We'll put one more of the grass in, and then we'll use some of that other bush as well. Since I have that, that bushier greenery, I think it looks like a box, like a seeded boxwood. Since I have that here and here, I'm going to need to bring some here and here also. I need something here right underneath the hem. Okay, now let's get a little bit more of that boxwood. Now it's got a tag here, I can tell you what it is. Yeah, it's a boxwood. Okay. This one I'm going to try and keep it all in one piece if I can. And I just don't like that. Don't like the way it looks. It looks too, I don't know, too forced or something. I don't know what the word is, but I just don't like the way it looks, all that big long piece. Now, little hints of it I do. All right, keep working behind the bow here. Okay. I still need a little bit of this grass back here too. We're getting there, guys. This greenery fill-in's taking a little bit longer than I expected, but the stem that we used really didn't have too much greenery, and then on that one, a lot of it came off. So don't want that sunflower completely hidden. Just want a little touch of the color back there. All right, now let's come back around here. All right, let's bring a little bit of greenery in here. Just going to bring it right over the top of that leaf there. And then a little bit of greenery right underneath of him so I can help kind of prop up his leg. Let's see if I want grass. I think I'll probably end up using both. Let's see. Bring that right underneath of him. Trying to stay out of your way there. Give him something like he's sitting on something there. All right, and that's pick machine is working like about every other one. All right, let's put this right in here. Okay. Phew. I think we got it now. All right, so we got our pumpkin, we got our sunflowers. I think we need a little bit of that green, this one that I just added, that little boxwood. We need some of that right here. We're getting on the home stretch. We've got to add that special touch to the to the scarecrow though. Hey Georgia, how are you? All right, let's see. Just want that just kind of peeking up there because like I said, we've added that every place else, so we need to make sure it's cohesive. Okay. All right, now I'm sure there's other places I'm going to need to fill in, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But I do want to show you what I wanted to do. I told you I like to put my own touch on these guys, on these store-bought guys, just to make them just a little bit different so it doesn't look like everybody else's. And what I was wanting to do is a couple of things. First off, I wanted to bring him a little sunflower right there. And kind of lift up his hat just a little bit so it's not drooping in his eyes. So I'm just going to squirt just a little bit of hot glue on this sunflower. I'm going to stick it right in those berries. It has a little bit of a stem there, so it sticks right down in those berries. And I think if I can glue his hat to the sunflower, then it's going to keep it out of his eyes. So I'm going to bring my glue stick here, just run that right along top, try not to get my finger in the glue. There. Let's see, you can see his eyes. And I could always bring in some berries too. I didn't bring any with me. I've got those ones, I guess, that I don't want to use these though. I like those other berries a little better for right there. But I think that'll be cute. Now, I was thinking he needs something in his hand. I thought, why don't we put him a little pumpkin here? Guess we could put it in his lap, maybe. Kind of like that. All right, so let me get my hot glue again. I gotta hold it for a little bit. Oh, Barb's wanting to know where the Scarecrow's at. Yeah, Nancy's right. She was at Hobby Lobby. They've got a great selection of scarecrows. But I like this one because it has the denim in them. I just think it's really cute. All right, I think that's going to stay. Oh, I forgot to, I was going to cut this stem off. Forgot about that. All right, now I don't know if I can get his maybe bring that over there like that. I may have to do something a little bit more permanent for his hands, but we'll try this first. His hands are really lightweight, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Just hold that for a second here. I think he's turning out pretty cute. And like I said, I've got some places I'll need to fill in and adjust with some greenery. here. Oh, thank you guys for the hearts. I appreciate that. All right, let's put this other hand over here. Oops, I might have got a little bit too much there. Like I said, I just like to individualize my things. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just like to make it a little bit different, make it a little bit, you know, make it your own. And I could always, if it's going to sag, I can bring a little bit more greenery or something back here on his hind end, raise it up. I wish I'd have thought about a little straw bale earlier, but I didn't. I think it's going to stay. All right, now, almost done, guys. Almost done. I just want to do a few touches here. And I could always bring some tails down here, but I don't think I want to right now. I might change my mind later. I always tell people, especially if anybody's interested in purchasing this, I always put a link in the comments where you can purchase whatever I'm making. But I always come back with fresh eyes and revisit and fix anything I think needs to be fixed. I always come back later, so, you know, because it's hard when I'm standing over here. Usually when I'm designing down here in the shop by myself, I'm standing right in front of it. It's hard when you're off to the side, and you know, it's very easy to miss things, or you know, you see things a lot differently from one side than you would to the other. All right, I'm just clipping off another piece of that boxwood here. Bring a little bit down there. See me batting, I got glue strings. There really is something here. All right, maybe one more piece. One more piece. There we go. All right, guys. And like I said, I'll open up these sunflowers. Get them looking a little bit better. So, but I like it. I think he's cute. I hope you could see it all right. So, oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Marilyn's wanting to know, is there a Wreath Makers Live every year? Let's see, last year we didn't have one. We had two before that, and then this year, but I don't think there's going to be another one. There'll probably be similar things to it, but there won't be any more Wreath Makers Live, is what Julie told me. So, and I know she's told the public that too. But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Teri. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So, okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I did put a link in the comments if you're interested in purchasing that. It'll take you right to my Etsy shop where you can pick him up. So, okay. All right. Yo, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, Christine heard that too. I didn't see you out there, Christine. How are you? You're just back there lurking. So, all right. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day, and stay safe. I'll be live here Sunday. I don't know what time yet. Sunday always depends on family things we have going on. Oh, Fred does want to know, what about the Wreath Makers Lives? I think this is going to be the last one. I'm sure there's going to be other wreath conventions, but as far as the real Wreath Makers Live, no. So, oh, Christine's still in Wyoming. Well, you be safe in your travels, Christine, and enjoy. I heard it. I've never been out there. I heard it's beautiful. That's on our bucket list, to make that big, long trek around the western part of the U.S. Actually, it's the east, too. My husband's never been out east. So, okay. All right. Thank you so much, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.